27 gobos with high ground though. Yeah, we can try the witch. I mean, but what do we fight Hexen with? Like, what's the composition we want to try for that? It's probably archers and a bannerman. A guy who's immune to that shit with a two-handed sword, probably, to deal with all the nonsense that's going to be with them. Mega tank or two. They're hard to mind control, and they probably could tank unholds. Maybe we could start a challenge run and we could just give Battle Brothers a little bit of a rest for a while. I don't know what our challenge run would be. It'd have to be some sort of limitation. Like, don't fight goblins. Maybe we could try for like a time run on getting through the monolith, like our only goal or something. I don't know. I've done all these things though. The problem with this is I played this new expansion. I played Battle Brothers again for this to check out the new expansion content. And honestly, the new expansion content hasn't been there hasn't been a lot of impetus to actually do that. Like, the way the game rewards you, it's been very unrewarding to go after new expansion content. I don't know. Try an atypical build. Use all brothers that aren't optimized but min-max their characteristics. How does that work? What do you think you do versus goblins, for example, if you don't have archers? You just live the most like nightmarish life ever, full of pain and suffering. I don't know, man. The game is based around building about bringing the appropriate guides with the appropriate gear to each fight. Seems kind of doesn't feel great to me to build suboptimal builds and then deal with that. I don't really want to go over there. Pain and suffering the point? No, the point is to get shiny hats. It's Battle Brothers. We have a fair amount of shiny hats too. I think we have a shiny hat for every brother, every non-archer brother. That's true, Batwin. What alliance? You can check out my Eve PvP videos on my YouTube if you want. Just exclamation point Eve in chat and it will give you to the playlist. I used to play in Genos, which I think was actually the Corp. I think we were Hydra, the alliance. This is why you don't ever move forward with guys versus goblins. Just guarantees to get wounds. It's there. Nice shot, Oak. I don't know, the thing with challenge runs for me was always the fun part of challenge runs was doing something different, not doing something worse. Same with Darkest Dungeon, right? We did a lot of Darkest Dungeon challenge runs, and the thing was to try to find something that was fun and different, but not terrible. And there isn't going to be a lot of that here. There's not a lot of diversity here. There's just like so many skills we just don't even use. I mean, if you look at a skill tree, like perk-wise, like you take fast adaptation on early game characters who are garbage. You crippling strikes you basically never want. Colossus is on people who don't have enough HP or mega tanks, and that's about it. Or nimble tanks, I suppose. 9 lives you never take. Bags and belts got nerfed into the ground. Pathfinder, we're kind of playing around with the idea of doing a full Pathfinder run. Adrenaline's garbage. This is like required on every single character in the game. Student basically the same. Executioner's garbage. Bullseye is required on all your archers. Dodge, garbage. Fortified Mind, pretty much garbage except on very high stam builds, or excuse me, revs builds like Blueberry Hunter, Megas, and the what's it face. Resilient, total garbage. Steel Brow, pretty much unnecessary except on the Mega Tanks. Quick Hands, there's not a lot of builds that get much benefit out of this anymore. We used to use a lot of Quick Hand builds, but at the moment the only one getting any benefit out of it's hybrids. Gifted I like, but it's at the cost of later perks that you care about. Backstabber is great on the back line, but it's useless for everybody else. Anticipation is great for pretty much everybody who wants to be in ranged. Shield Expert's actually pretty crap. The only reason I use it is I use it for Megas to survive their shields getting hacked away, but otherwise it's pretty much garbage. Brawny is basically necessary on everyone who's not using a nimble build. Same with rotation. Just this is basically necessary on every single guy who's in melee ever. Rally is totally useless except on very specialized brothers. And Taunt's totally useless except on very specialized brothers. Weapon spec is 1 weapon spec per guy most of the time, based on the weapon you're using. The best weapons by far are two-handed swords. Like, by far the best weapon is two-handed swords. And then, like, there's a little bit of a call for hammers for breaking armor. And honestly, I don't think maces are good enough to use. Two-handed maces in particular are no way near good enough to use. The legendary mace is great, but the non-legendary one doesn't do anywhere near enough damage. Axes are a bit problematic too. I don't love them either. So those aren't that great either. You get down this way, reach advantage isn't been good. Overwhelm is absolute garbage. Lone Wolf is quite difficult to use. Maybe we could figure out a build that used Lone Wolf. It could be fun because it's a lot of stats if you can get it going. Underdog, totally necessary, and everyone is going to be in melee range. You're always outnumbered, and you're always fighting guys who, if they hit you, do 1 billion damage. Footwork, totally useless on pretty much everybody. There's like 2 people I take this on. I take it on pikemen, basically. Berserk, great. You need it on everybody. It's one of the only ways you can get increased damage above and beyond what your skills give for you. Headhunter, I don't like on pretty much anyone except archers or one-handed axe builds. Nimble's really good right now. Seems to be the equivalent of whatever it is. Where's Brawny? The equivalent of Brawny, or Battleforge rather, but for back range people. It's really solid right now. Battleforge is basically necessary if you're wearing heavy armor. So either you're gonna go Brawny plus Battleforge, you're going Nimble. Maybe we could build an entire team of Nimble, but I suspect you're gonna need maybe we could try that. Fearsome's absolutely useless. You almost always get that anyways when you're hitting people. Duelist, only good with legendary weapons. It's just not worth it over two-handers the rest of the time. Killing Frenzy seems extremely useful again. I don't love that it's been nerfed, but it's still one of the only ways to get damage. You look at this, Berserk and Killing Frenzy are basically it for increases in damage. Indomitable you need versus everything. So I don't know where I can get variety in builds. So whereas in other games, if I would go for a challenge run, I say I won't use the strongest classes and I'll use weaker classes to get some variety. But I don't know where I can do that in this game. There isn't a lot of variety in the builds you can do. And I like this game. I have a lot of fun with this game, but I've also played this game a lot, so I'm not sure there's a lot left for me to do in this game. So we'll see. No mission run. What does that do for me? How do we make money? Adrenaline recover thing swing. What is this? I don't even know what that is. Adrenaline's generally pretty bad. It's just way too much stam for what it gives you. Played XCOM much? Yeah, I played a lot of XCOM. I've done that run too, where I've fought. No, you can't fight all the houses. You can't buy tools, and the run just ends. But I've done a run where we aggroed nobles early. Triple P with the headshot on the leader, hilarious. So what is fun for me these days is getting crazy weapons and getting crazy gear and having fun farming the wilds. I like fighting huge camps. That's a lot of fun for me. Get a lot of enjoyment out of like 1 billion enemies. Seems really fun. So that's what we've been doing on this one. I wanted to check out the new content, but the new content doesn't give me gear. It just, I mean, I guess we're getting these attachments, but the attachments seem, I mean, they're not terrible, but they're not super exciting either. Yes, Jamo, I find that to be the case, that there's only a few particularly viable skill paths up there. That's why I'm only running 4 types of guys. I love diversity in character builds. It's one of the things I find the most fun out of RPGs is figuring out character builds. And I like that about squad-based games too, but I find there to be very minimal variety in what you can build. And in the ones that you can build differently, you have to get really specialized backgrounds and really specialized stat rolls. Often I thought Shrats. Basically not at all. We tried to fight them a couple times when they were spawning near us, but we got a bug for them that made it so if I tried to accept that mission, it just crashed the game. And then after that, we just haven't seen missions that are worth it. Like, fighting the wild creatures is almost always worse than fighting shit that actually drops armor and loot and legendaries. So that I want to fight. This is what I live for, that stuff right there. Excuse me a second, guys. All right, took a cough drop. So you're gonna probably hear that rattling around in my mouth for a little bit. Apologize for that. Fortunately, Galg is wounded. It's kind of a big wound. Should engage these hunters first. Or just get them far enough away they won't auto-engage with this, that's fine. Okay. So, we are going to bring our orc killing setup. Get the ugly shields in. This is such an ugly shield. Oops. This is why I've been trying to get that swordsman so bad. I feel like we can do something different with the swordsman. Especially the swordsman, it will never get old. Or rather, it won't get old for a very long time. Alright. I mean, if I get a legendary crossbow, maybe I can work on a crossbow build. I would love to go back to some of our previous season builds, but they nerfed the shit out of bags and belts. You no longer can put 2 enders or shields in there. That was the entire point of bags and belts, was 2 enders and shields. What the fuck are you gonna put in there now? Throwing weapons? Alright, so let's set this up like that. Like that. Like that. Blueberry Hunter. What? It's an Omega, okay. I'm like, why is it my Blueberry Hunter in gear? But he wasn't. It was just me imagining things. Hybrid. Get one more. Mace dude. I'll put him there. So I know where to deploy him. That's 12. We're in the right gear. Okay. $32. It's a real size one too. Okay. Scary. Definitely don't want to fight around here. This is fucking very dangerous. I will fight at the top of this hill. Seems pretty good. Huh. Do I want to fight up? No, I want to fight here. If the orcs knock me up the hill. Hey, it doesn't feel like any of those things. What? There's nothing wrong with the game as it is. And if you heard me say there's nothing wrong with the game, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying what there is there's a finite amount of time you can play the game. The game has a lot of replayability. It has a huge amount of replayability for a game. You know, the amount of hours you get out of this game are a lot, but they are finite. At some point you go, I've done all the things there are to do in this game at a reasonable point. And you can do things like challenge runs. We've done a challenge run to Battle Brothers. You can do things like competitions. We've done a competition where we're playing against other streamers, a couple other streamers, to see who could make certain benchmarks at certain times. So the rest of it just becomes, well, what else do you want to personally modify to make the game more interesting for yourself? And I don't actually find playing worse builds more interesting. I find playing diverse builds that are good interesting, and I like specialized builds, but you run out of those that you can do too. So I tried Total War. Yeah, didn't really like Total War that much. I'm getting deja vu. There was a orc fight I fought one time in a very similar terrain that went poorly. I'm getting deja vu for that. Anyone know the range on orc charge? Like, can this young one go 2, 5, then charge? Range is 3 tiles. My favorite endgame crisis. I like the crisis order to be pretty specific. I like it to go undead, noble, into orc. Because again, I think the most fun content in this game is the huge orc fights. And you will get massive orc fights with orc crisis 3rd. Just a warlord. What would be my next objective in this round? My next objective at the moment is to get a fucking legendary one-handed weapon. That's what I'm working on at the moment. I think these little shitters can stun me. I think I'm gonna have to act like they can. Multi's got the necklace, so he doesn't care, but everybody else has to care. Is Reach Advantage still worth it? I've only been running it on the guys. Oh, I should have been Dominable up there. I'm not sure is the answer to the Reach Advantage question. I think you could probably give it a rest and not care that much. I've been using it on my guys who AoE, the swords and the hammers. But I don't think it's worth it on anybody else. It's certainly not worth it on axes. Unless you're going to find like a guy who can actually like 4-man AoE, and I just don't actually think that's a very viable strategy. Being surrounded in this game is how you die. And without knowing which perks your opponent has, it's very hard to figure out which enemies have, for example, Underdog. Or not Underdog, the other one. And the way they changed Underdog to interact with Backstabber, I don't know which enemies have Backstabber anymore. So legendary one-handed axe in this fight? Where? Cleaver, regular axe, regular cleaver, two-handed axes, one-handed non-legendaries. I don't even think berserkers can hold non-legendaries or legendaries. I don't see a legendary axe in this fight. Where's ult? Far right row, 5th warrior up. Oh, right there. Nice. Yeah, good call. Good catch. Cool. We will want that. Alright, so that was a mistake not to Indomitable that one. I called out that mistake as I made it, but I was chatting with you guys, chat. So these guys didn't actually seem to be able to orc charge. It's kind of annoying, actually. It's possible he'll charge in. Let's hope he doesn't. Yeah, it's definitely legendary when you see it there. So the berserkers coming up the southern flank are kind of a little bit scary. It's a lot of damage, and I don't have archers to make it less damage. I do have some megas to lighten the load, potentially. I don't want a bunch of berserkers in there with the mega. Mega can't kill them, and they'll eventually kill the mega. We're just chilling there. I don't think I can charge up hills. I can charge up hill? Okay. Hey, Kellum. Yeah, I'm still alive. For now. This is quite dangerous here. Big hits there. Staggered means he goes last here, next turn. So I don't, but this guy could move in and stun. I guess I'm gonna have to fucking Indomitable. I can't be stunned next to the Berserker. Don't want to stand next to that guy, so I'll move to here. I don't even mind moving to here. Flanking guys showing up in a minute. Excuse me. It's actually worse. Letting this guy stun me sucks. Kinda wish I hadn't killed him. Ooh. Okay. So we gotta pull the mid back. It's a little bit spread out right now. They're not doing a lot over here. There's that stun I was pretty annoyed about. If I go there, 1, 2, 3, 4, still in range. Okay. Well, the shield's on there specifically to die. That's why I bring the shield on that guy. Glad I didn't rally the berserker. Fuck. Fucking stuns, man. This is why you have to have an Indomitable on everybody. It's so annoying. You don't want to use an Indomitable on everybody. Surprise! Got a shield expert orc shield behind the other shield you broke. Enjoy the next round of attacks. You missed? What was that, a 95 miss? It was a 95 miss. That sucks. Alright, so what do we have left here? I need to go help this way. These guys will go first. This guy's gonna fuck up his day if I don't rotate him out. Could also get over here to prevent their stuns next round, because he will stun into that. But I still need to start getting damage to the left flank. Alright, falling for the same trap, broke the shield, great. Just gotta dodge some of these stuns, excellent. Did she just move over there? No, it must have moved around and it showed me moving through the rock. Double stun attempts. So I work young are so annoying, so dangerous too, because they just stun your guys for fucking ever. Actually block the warlord, it's kind of nice. Alright, so reinforcements coming over this way. See if we need to rally. So top's a little beat up right now. Or rather a little overwhelmed. I think we can help. Two annoyingly large hits from the Berserker. That was a very annoying set of moves there. I was really hoping that would kill. This is a Berserker hit with that. Oh, he has Indomitable up. Okay, I was gonna say. Starts to be very bad. Start thinking about getting a Mega up top. A lot of waiting right now. Can't move and swing, that sucks. Wish my guys would stop missing 95%ers. Come on. Alright, what was that? Yeah. 95% miss right here, and I think it was a 95% miss on that guy too. Yeah, it was. So it's 2 95% misses this round. Fucking sucks ass. Problem is right now I need to get someone to the top to save this guy because he's gonna die in a second. Did I already kill the orc who has a good weapon? I don't even remember. Lost track of it. You think, oh, it's there. That's annoying. he's about to get fucking shit on. Doesn't have Indomitable up. He's about to get swung on by the Warlord. Could maybe break its morale by moving next to it. I can't get there though. I can't go there. It's okay. He's gonna try to push me off here. Ow. Guy just rallied. This guy just missed a what? A 94. Jesus, team. Stop fucking up so badly. This broke the Warlord. Oh, it's not the guy I thought it was. Oops. Why isn't that one fleed yet? Seriously, why isn't that one fleed yet? It only flees once? I've never seen that where it breaks the fleeing down across 2 turns as opposed to 1. That's very weird. Drop the axe? It did drop the axe. That's exciting. It's our first legendary orc axe. Let's hope it doesn't suck. Well, yeah. Another 95% miss. It's incredible. We've missed so many 95s this fight. I'm glad none of them have mattered, but it's still fucking incredible. Alright. Damage, multi doing a shit ton again. Sword is so good. 1800 on Grackle Fox. That's nice to see the axe do something. And then 2k on the hammer. Picked up that. Should I mouse over it, chat? See what it does? Troll, troll, troll. Troll, troll, troll. Fine. Alright, let's see what we got. 42, 130, as opposed to what? 30, 130. 35 to 65, much higher damage range. 43 to 79. Max fatigue 19, max fatigue 22, lower fatigue. I don't know. Let's go look at the damage numbers. Okay. It's amazing. Well, let's go look. Let's go look what an orc hack. Well, we can plug it into the spreadsheet and go have a look. Just what I want to do. All right. This is one-handers. So, orc axe. Ours was called what? The man pleaser. Deathbringer. Okay. So regular axe is doing this. Regular axe is doing. Oh, I gotta get a shield on there. Oh, I'm not gonna be using a shield. I'm gonna be using duelist. Okay. So we're gonna be axe specking him. It doesn't even fucking matter what it is. So we're gonna be axe specking him. We'll do that in just a second. What do I have right now? This is not what I wanted. This is two-handed hammer. Where is my two-handed hammer? There. No, it's not my two-handed. There it is. So this guy's been waiting for that. And he just hit level 16. On his level 16th birthday, we give him an axe. Alright, bro. Axe spec. And unfortunately, we don't get to go headhunter on him, which is too bad. Maybe we could. We're going duelist. Alright. So. Let's take a look. If we were to use just a regular orc axe with this guy, damage we're doing is... Where's the fucking damage? 43 to 81. 43 to 81. Which is 62 average. And penetration is 0.55. So that's what duelist does, right? It's just damage pen. Is that all it does? Oh, it's double. It's not that. It's two things. It gives me the bonus for attacking, which is where? There, 25% damage. And it gives me the extra pen, which is now 55%. Okay. And what's the pen on a regular axe? 1.3. Okay. All right. So what does this axe do? This axe does 53 to 98. So we're looking at 75.5 average. It's also the same modifiers. 0.42 and 1.3. Wait. This is not counting. It's not 0.42, it's then another 0.25, right? Yeah. So it's 0.67. Alright. And it's also a 2.0, 2.0. Okay, so that's doing 347 average damage for us. That's fucking a lot. The comparison for that is... Do we have anything that's comparable to that? No. It's like if our hammer hits 2 targets. It's pretty good. Alright. It will destroy our stamina. So this is going to cost us how much to swing? 14 to swing, 28 per round in terms of stamina. I wish we had Headhunter on this guy. But we don't. We don't. I want to go fight something now and see what it's like. Oops. Level up on Feilong. Level up on Kendrick. Okay. It's hilarious. Your guy's the same one. Cool. Well, we're gonna get another fight in a minute. All right, two seconds break. Gonna grab water, blow my nose, things like that, and then we'll go try to sink our new orc axe into somebody and see how it does. Makes me happy to hit people with orc axes. Back in a second.